Gene Kelly's final public appearance was in 1994 at the Three Tenors concert in Los Angeles, when the trio saluted the veteran dancer with his signature song, Singing in the Rain. Kelly was 83 when he died, but film will preserve forever the younger Kelly who personified the expression, gotta sing, gotta dance.
On the Town is my favorite. Stanley Donen and I went to New York. We shot on location. We used the city as a backdrop. We had no chorus line. The chorus line was 3 fellas and 3 girls, and we were the chorus, and New York was the backdrop. And that was one of those pictures where the hierarchy said, no, this'll never work. And we persuaded them because they own the property. They held it for 3 years. And they finally let us go to New York and do it. So I'm very proud of that. And it did change the making of movie musicals a great deal.
Gene Kelly came to the movies from Broadway in 1942. He was 30 years old. He arrived at MGM, the most glamorous of all the Hollywood studios, where, as they said, there are more stars than there are in heaven. It was a perfect blending of talent and resources and helped revolutionize the Hollywood musical. Kelly had a phrase for the studio contract system.
Might have been a benevolent, despotic kind of tyranny, but you were bound to the studio. But we did organize a musical repertory, and we had not only singers, dancers, and actors, but we had writers and composers and arrangers that were unique, plus the designers, directors, choreographers, and they were at MGM. And I believe, to cut it short, that in show business you always have to be prepared, but you have to be at the right time, at the right place. You have to have a little bit of luck, you know, like the song says.
In 1957, a nervous MGM management released Kelly's ambitious Invitation to the Dance, which had been filmed 5 years earlier. There was no dialogue, no singing. It told 3 stories entirely in dance. The last, the inspired Sinbad the Sailor, with the animation work of Hanna-Barbera, who helped Kelly dance with Jerry the Mouse 10 years earlier. Kelly was director, choreographer, and performer. A rare test clip surfaced some years later, showing dancer Carol Haney as the animator's guinea pig.
Someone found it somewhere lying around an MGM vault, just one little piece of it, where I used Carol Haney as a dance-in to show the animators what it would look like with my arm around an animated cartoon. But that's all we had with that tiny little piece of it. My thrust in those days, which was the early 50s, was that some of the greatest dancers in the world were unknown to the public, and I wanted to get them into that film. So it was purely an experiment, and I wanted to be pure dance. When half the picture was completed, the studio began to like it very much. And then they tried to make it a commercial film. It wasn't a commercial film. I don't think it is today, although they show it in the summertime at Radio City, and they make money out of it.
What about those films you were in that you were a straight actor? There was no singing, no dancing.
The whole genre is completely different, yes. But I enjoyed those films. Some parts of them were good, some I wasn't so good in it. But I think the sum total of it was that it contributed to whatever I did as a performer.
He that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind, and the fool shall be servant to the wise in heart.
Wow. Well, Colonel Drummond, we're growing an odd crop of agnostics this year.
One of Kelly's best straight performances was in 1960's Inherit the Wind, starring Spencer Tracy and Frederick March.
If you've just done 2 or 3 musicals in a row, and you do a picture, let's say with Spence and Freddie, you're talking to two guys with 50 years of experience apiece in the role of actors, and just being in the scene with them, just watching them, you have to learn. I don't think anyone stops learning in any creative art form. I really don't.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain.
But it is Gene Kelly, the song and dance man, we remember most, singing and dancing in the rain.
I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above.
While Kelly never won an Oscar, he did receive an honorary one, which said, "In appreciation of Gene Kelly's versatility, and especially for his brilliant achievements in the art of choreography on film."
Dancing and singing in the rain.
I'm glad to be remembered as a song and dance man.